Hello everybody, Jay Nolte again here with Alert Alarm Systems. Today I was just wanting to discuss the methods of arming your system. Most of you that have tuned in to a few of the videos I've posted already have seen that the majority of them are talking about the Lynx panel and the Vista panel. That's what this is going to pertain to. I'm going to try to lay out just or explain the methods of arming your system and maybe give you some scenarios of why you would arm your system with each method. So the first one I'll touch on is the away mode. Away is the most common mode that you're going to probably use to arm your system. I'd say 99% of the time when you leave your house, you're hitting the away mode. What away mode is it gives you time delay to exit your house. So when you arm your system up, a determined door is already established that you're going to be leaving out of, and it gives you time to get out of the house and get that door shut. It arms every zone on your system, including your motion detectors. So when you arm it in away mode, it knows to give you time to get out. When you come back in the house, it knows to give you time to disarm your system. Generally, that's 45 seconds, but we can customize that in the programming of your system. But the away mode is what you use when you're leaving the house. The next mode that most of you are probably familiar with already is the stay mode. And again, both the Vista and the Lynx panel have all of these modes that I'm talking about. But stay mode in particular is popular because it arms all of your zones, but it does not activate your motion detector if you have them. So a scenario for stay would be maybe let's say you're going to bed, but you have a spouse that works late, is going to be getting home late, so you want to arm it in stay mode, because you don't want the motion detector active in case you get up in the middle of the night for a drink. And you also want a delay on those doors for when your spouse comes in at 4 o'clock in the morning, so he doesn't just trip the alarm when he comes in. He'll open the door and he or she will open the door and have time to disarm your system. So stay mode gives you no motion, and it still gives you delay on your delay doors. The third method that is pretty popular is the instant method. When your system is armed up in instant, there is no motion, so it's similar to stay mode in that there is no motion, but there is also no delay on your doors. So a scenario that you would want to use instant for would be maybe you and your spouse are both home, you're both going to bed, you're not expecting any visitors late at night, or any key holders to come in the door late at night. You would want to use instant mode. So what instant does, again, is no motion and no delay. So some people refer to that as bedtime, but that can get confusing because of how similar it is to the stay mode. The only difference in the two is the delay on the doors. So that's it for those three modes. Those are the three most popular ways to arm your system. There is a fourth mode that is not used very often at all. It is called max. If you arm your system in the max mode, it gives you every zone of coverage, including motion detectors, but it does not give you delay on your doors. So basically, if you arm your system in max, you're going to set it off when you come home because you don't have a way back in without setting the system off. The only scenario I can think of that you would want to use that for, and again, it's what I can think of. I'm sure there's other scenarios out here, but the one example I can give you is maybe it is very late at night. You have just terminated an employee and a disgruntled employee. It's too late to get for you to want to call for a service call. But you don't know how to change the codes yourself. I'm just laying an example out here. So basically you have no choice but to arm this thing in max. And so what you can do is you can call up here and change the password to your system, the safe word that you should know, the one that you use when Alert Alarm calls you and asks what your password is. You can call up here and change that password, and so when you arm it in max, if the disgruntled employee was to come in your business because they know the code, it's still going to set the alarm off, and we're going to be calling and asking for the password. And if that employee doesn't know that what that password was, then the police will still end up coming. That's kind of a temporary solution. Eventually, you would need to get that employee's code out of there. But again, that's one scenario I can think of that you may use the max mode for. But that's really it. These things have so many features, to be honest with you, especially the Lynx model here. It's got a lot of features on there, but just for normal arming conditions, I'm going to say you're going to use away, stay, and instant. Those are going to be your three methods of arming the majority of the time. So